Building a personal network. 6 experts you must have in your friend circle so no one can mess with you. To succeed in life, you need friends who are not only there when difficulties arise, but also present to help you prevent mishaps from happening in the first place. Problem prevention is better than problem resolution, and we reveal in today's show the 6 types of friends you definitely need to have, no matter your situation. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I'm doing fantastic today. I hope you are doing marvelous. And if you're doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or let's roll. Today I want to talk to you about 6 experts you must have in your friend circle so no one can mess with you. Before I do this, let me quickly give a shout out to some of our friends and powerful experts also. We have Jaime Vincent in Oregon City, Oregon, of course. Amara Good in Tigard, Oregon, and Amber Richardson in Portland, Oregon. Now, the first friend you must have, and again here, it doesn't matter. You can have a great situation or a poor situation. It doesn't matter. You need to have a lawyer as a friend. Why? You never know. Things happen. If you get sued tomorrow, you have a limited amount of time to respond, and you're going to waste a lot of time trying to shop around for a lawyer. All right? And the thing is, when you find one, they're going to spend a lot of time getting caught up on you and your situation. So it's always good to have a lawyer on board. And a lot of folks think that lawyers are expensive. They really are not, if you build the relationship from scratch, right? So today's advice is about getting those friends in your circle before misfortune strikes, before things happen. All right? So lawyers are not that expensive if you're able to cultivate a great relationship with them and you're able to also help them, right? It has to be a win-win situation. Now, lawyers, as you know, prevent problems, right? People always think, oh, lawyers are there to fix problems. But in reality, most of the work that they do is preventative in nature. Right? I'm talking here about filing paperwork, making sure that their client is compliant with the law, reviewing contracts, writing up agreements. Those tasks are preventative in nature. So you don't have to, wait for something to happen before getting a lawyer on board. All right? Now, of course, a lawyer, if something happens, the lawyer will represent your interest, right? But the thing is, today, you want to make sure you want to take a step forward and anticipate things. Why do you need a lawyer in your friend circle? Because it's also a great source of networking, right? Because no lawyer operates solo, right? They always work in teams. They have powerful networks. So by actually hanging out with one lawyer, chances are you might be able to meet other lawyers. Right? Because every lawyer operates in a network with other legal professionals. And the good thing is, and this is the great things. The great thing is that because lawyers have specialties as physicians do, you're able to, by knowing one lawyer, let's say you know a lawyer who is specialized in family law. That lawyer might know someone else who knows, and it's something about business law, and that other lawyer might know someone who knows about bodily injury, and the list goes on. So by knowing one lawyer, you're able to expand your network. All right? Number 2, you need to have an accountant/tax expert. This is very important. I don't care if you have a business or not, or you work from 9 to 5. You need to have an accountant/tax expert. Now, the great thing here is that if you are lucky enough to know a CPA, that's even better. CPA stands for Certified Public Accountant. I think in the United States and Canada, in other countries, they talk about Chartered Accountant. So for instance, in the UK, it's CA, I believe, a Chartered Accountant. The idea here is to have somebody who has expertise. And a CPA is a great expert at anything tax and accounting related. So the thing is, if you don't have a business on the side, they can help you with tax issues. But if you have a business, it's even better, right? Because they can take care of your accounting, your financial reporting, your tax filing, and they can also help you in specific situation. For instance, when the IRS reaches out to you or you have an audit, right? At least you have an expert who can take care of that. Now, speaking of audits, fiscal auditing, you can also get an attorney who has expertise dealing with the IRS, right? So this is very what you want to think about. You want to get expert on your side, so when something happens, you have the right people. You're not wasting time trying to find someone when the problem arises. You want to know them beforehand. This is very important. All right, I will be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition. We'll still continue our conversation about the 6 experts you must have in your friend circle so no one can mess with you. I want to give a quick shout out to Terry Snow in Olson, Minnesota, Denise Goff in Minneapolis, Minnesota, of course, and Haley Moody in Hopkins, Minnesota. If you two want us to give you a shout out at a future show, consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future show. Also, you might want to like the content if you believe we're adding value to people's lives. We're providing positive and enhancing content. Please comment below and share this content so somebody or everybody can get this info. All right. Now, the third friend you need to have is a financial advisor. Now, financial advisor here is, I would say, some kind of portmanteau. It's an umbrella term. That could mean a banker, an asset manager, a personal financial specialist, someone who can help you manage your money and grow it. Right? Now, if you're lucky, the CPA that I was speaking about earlier could also be your financial advisor, right? But if you don't have that CPA, trying to find someone who has banking experience, asset management, or personal financial specialty. And this person can help you with insurance, retirement, investment, wealth preservation, or risk mitigation matters. This is very important because, again, you want to retire at some point. You need to lead. You want to be financially independent. You want to mitigate things. You want to mitigate risks, right? You want to make sure you have the proper coverage for yourself and your family. If you have children, you want to make sure they are properly insured. If you have a spouse, you want to make sure that he or she is taken care of. So those processes, those goals require expertise, require experience, right? So you want to get that, and this is very important. Now, having a financial advisor can also be great when it comes to inheritance and estate planning. Let's say you are going through a divorce, for instance, you have kids, and so you have to think, you have to walk through everything from the children's college education fund to alimonies, all this kind of stuff. Right, so the financial advisor can also help you with that. Now, of course, a lawyer will also help you, but so a lawyer and a financial advisor are looking at different facets of the same equation, if you will, right? Number 4, try to have a physician, a medical doctor, or a healthcare practitioner in your friend circle. Right here, I'm talking about, by physician. Again, I'm using the word physician as an umbrella term for everything covering medicine, including fitness, physiology, and nutrition. Right? So what's the goal here? The goal here is to prevent diseases. Right? So if you have a medical doctor as a friend, he or she might spot things from the get-go before something happens, something adverse happens. Right? He or she might provide guidance on a few things. Right? Things about, might help you with the lifestyle choices, can give you general medical advice, can help you treat diseases, or, very important, they can refer you to a specialist in their network. If you remember earlier when I was talking about a lawyer, and I was mentioning the fact that lawyers never work solo, they always work in groups. The same applies for physicians. Right? So for instance, if you know somebody who is a cancer specialist, right? An oncologist, he or she might know someone who is a specialist of preventive medicine, or somebody who is a psychiatrist, somebody who, whatever it is, they work also in networks. So knowing one allows you to enter a circle, allows you to enter a space where you can meet more healthcare specialists, that is. All right? So this is something you want to think about when it comes to creating and expanding your personal network. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still continuing our conversation around how to build a personal network and the 6 experts you definitely must have in your friend circle so no one can mess with you. I want to quickly give a shout out again. I want to acknowledge Reggie Roberts in Country Club, New York. I love that city. Country Club. Heidi Smith in Massapequa Park, New York. And Ellie Loyal in Battery Park City, New York. Number 5, you need to have a career/business coach in your circle. You need to have a friend who can help you with career choices. If you have a 9-to-5 job, just get a career coach. If you own a business, get a business coach, right? Because with a career coach, you get personalized advice. You're able to talk to someone who has expertise, who can give you hints, who can give you clues, right? If you have problems with your resume, writing resumes, or you're sending out resumes to several companies and without success, you want to have a second pair of eyes taking a look at this, right? Or for instance, if you need interview advice, it's very good to have a career coach, right? Another thing where a career coach can really help is when it comes to switching careers, right? If you're attempting a major career pivot, it's always good to have someone who has experience in the industry walk you through the whole process. And again, the idea here is not to get them when you need them. The idea is to cultivate a relationship beforehand, before the need arises, before the situation requires you to switch jobs or to look for work, right? It's always important to do things in advance so that when you need those people, they're already there. They've known you for a while. They will support you right away, as opposed to now that you look for work, that's the time you are not only looking for work but also trying to find a career coach. All right. The same applies for a business. If you own a business, it's good to have a business coach as friend, right? Because it allows you to bounce ideas, to receive guidance, to be somehow accountable, right? Because you're talking to someone, you made promises to someone, so you'll be forced to sort of hold that promise. Another thing that is very important here is that business coaches also, they operate in networks, so they can help you not only with your particular business, but also refer you with others who can also maybe of help, right? So this is very important. And number 6, you need to have a mentor. You want to have a mentor in your friend circle. Now, a mentor is usually older than you, right? But this is someone who has your best interest at heart. And a mentor is suitable for several situations. Now, a mentor, I differentiate mentors from advisors or coaches. Coaches are more for professional matters, such as work or business, and mentors operate more on the private side of things, right? And a mentor can be suitable for any life situation. Let's say you have a major decision to make, you have some marriage problems, children's issues, you are thinking whether or not you should accept an overseas work assignment, or you want to do a major career shift. This is someone who can help you see the forest for the trees, right? Someone who can help you focus on the game and your long-term strategies. Now, again, what the thing here is that you want somebody who's older than you. So ideally, you want someone who is not in the same generation. So they have the proper hindsight to see things and to tell it like it is. Someone who will listen to you. Someone who will give you small pointers based on years, if not decades of experience. right? So that's the idea. The idea here is to have a mentor you can, of course, cultivate a good relationship with and who has your best interest at heart, right? I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We are about to wrap up today's conversation, and I want to give a shout out to all our millions of viewers and listeners throughout the world, in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand, in the UK, in Africa, of course, in Europe, and in Latin America, everywhere. Thank you so much. Now, so who are the 6 experts you must have in your friend circle so no one can mess with you? Number 1, lawyer. Number 2, accountant/tax experts. Number 3, financial advisor. Number 4, physician. Number 5, career/business coach. Number 6, mentor. Before I give you today's call to action, let me acknowledge the contribution of some of our loyal viewers. They have suggested this topic, and we really appreciate it. I have Jess Griffiths in Casper, Wyoming, Sarah Carter in Cody, Wyoming, and Jasmine Morris in Jackson, Wyoming. Jasmine, Sarah, and Jess, thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. Here is today's call to action. To build a personal network, there are other ways to do this. Of course, you can go and look for individuals, like 6 different individuals, or you can ask members of your current network for referrals. You can also join professional or trade organizations, for instance. That does help a lot. You can reach out to members of your religious congregation if you have one. You can attend professional or trade meetings, shows, etc. You can volunteer, right? Engage in philanthropic activities. Those are great places to find great people. Attend networking events. If need be, you can also contact your ex-professors. I'm talking about, at your university. You can also contact college alumni. You can even contact the career services office of your university, of your alma mater. You can contact people online. LinkedIn is a great place to hook up with great people in the field you need. Contact your former co-workers, customer clients, or vendors, right? So the idea here is to basically be expansive, be broad in your search, and not only think about, I need to look in this particular region, this particular field. No, just expand the net so you can meet people who really can help you down the road. All right? Now, before I close this, here is today's pro tip. Try to keep your friend circle close and prefer quality over quantity. I would say 3 to 4 great friends and allies are far better than 20 or 25. Remember that some friends can even serve several roles. For instance, a doctor friend might also be your mentor, right? And a CPA friend could be your financial advisor, tax specialist, and business advisor. So always prioritize quality over quantity. Good luck, and until next time, stay marvelous.